Welcome back, guys. So just the other day, I did a video review for the Mega Everdrive Pro from Krikzz. It's his brand new flash cart for the Sega Genesis that allows Sega CD loading, among a few other new features as well over his previous versions, right? And in that video, I did make a mistake with one thing, and I want to kind of talk about that today. So I got called out, I got bashed, I got beat up, a bunch of DMs and weird stuff, being accused of a bunch of weirdness as well. It's all good. I understand where it's coming from. That's why I'm doing this video today. And, no controversy here. I like devices from both of these companies. I have no issue with TerraOnion. I don't have any issue with Krikzz and the Everdrive line of devices. I've bought almost pretty much everything that TerraOnion has made, and actually multiples, like the Super SD System 3 I've bought twice. The Neo SD, I bought the original, and then I bought the Pro version. With the Everdrive line, I've bought, Krikzz certified products with the, SD2 SNES Pro, and then actual Krikzz Everdrives for the Game Boy Advance, Nintendo, NES and whatnot, even the Famicom. I actually have sold a few of those to buy TerraOnion products in the past, like my Mega Everdrive X5. I sold that to get the Mega SD. So as far as like either of these companies go, like I don't care about the drama between either of them. Like I love them both. I really enjoy the products that both of them make, and it's good to have competitors out there. It's nice to have options. I don't really have anything negative to say about either. Their devices work for me. I'm not really blasting them. Now, in my video, what I did was, and it was a video that took me, a lot of time putting together, getting footage together and planned out. And I kind of fought with myself over it a little bit because initially I was like, okay, I'm going to do this review, highlight the details and whatnot. But then I thought, you know what? It's only fair to do some comparison to the Mega SD from TerraOnion. And that's where kind of the fault lies here, in that I really wish I wouldn't have done that. I wish I would have just done a video review highlighting the Mega Everdrive Pro and then done a whole separate video comparing the two. Because in one video, it's just, I did say, hey, it's only fair to get a little bit of a comparison there, but it really wasn't fair because didn't get to go over every single thing, difference between the two, because my thought process was okay, touch on it a little bit because I do want to acknowledge that there's two devices that do a very similar thing. But then at the same time, I want this video to be about the Mega Everdrive Pro. I want it to focus on that. So yeah, I wish I would have done that video a little differently. Hey, we do, and then we learn from what we've done and we move on, right? But the one thing in that video that really got thrown at me was one little segment, a few seconds, like 10, 15 seconds, whatever it was, where I showcased Sega Genesis footage. I just showed one game comparing the two with the Mega SD and the Mega Everdrive Pro. It was Streets of Rage 2, just showing them loading side by side. And if you paid attention in that video, when that clip played, I didn't really dwell on it. All I pretty much said was like, the Mega Everdrive Pro instant loads, boom, as soon as you click start on the game starts. Whereas on the Mega SD, you get that loading screen at first, and then the game loads up. All I said was the Mega SD takes, a second or two longer to load. But if you watch the video, it took a lot longer than that to load. And the reason behind that was because I had the hard reset on for when a game loads with the Mega SD. There is an option here to change it to soft reset. So with a Sega Genesis that has the TMSS screen displayed, normally with just regular use, with these flash carts, if the game does a hard reset, it will display that screen. That screen takes a few extra seconds, longer than 1 or 2 extra seconds, right? The Mega Everdrive Pro just instant boots into it. It's not doing a hard reset in order to get into the game. Now on the Mega SD, there is an option to turn that off, and I really didn't think about that. I just captured footage. Let me just hit A, run the game, capture it, just put them side by side, throw it up on the video. And that was the mistake that I made, is I wasn't thinking about how the Mega SD, you could turn that off and then it's going to load fairly similar to how the Mega Everdrive Pro loads. Now, the comparison, it still takes an extra second or two. It's, you know, it does have to load for those couple seconds. It's not a huge deal. I feel like in that video, I wasn't really trying to put anybody in a negative light. And like I've even stated here in this video, I like products from both companies. I have no issue with either company. I'm really looking forward to the TerraOnion mode coming out. I'm looking forward to anything that Krikzz does in the future, anything that TerraOnion does in the future, and any of the fighting between the two companies, I just don't give a shit about. If you have your favorite, if you have brand loyalty to one or the other, I don't care. It doesn't affect me. I've spent money with both of these guys, and I mean, it's just about playing games, and that's it. You know, didn't mean to try to insinuate any ill will toward TerraOnion or misrepresent anything. I made that mistake with the Sega Genesis by having that hard reset on the Mega SD. Just kind of, for whatever reason, I didn't think about it. But yeah, I guess it just is what it is. You know, call me out if I miss a detail on something. That's fine. You know, sometimes I do overlook something. You know, the one thing people were pointing out with the Mega SD was the Mega Drive Plus audio, the MD Plus audio, the ROM hacking scene, where people are adding CD audio to Genesis or Mega Drive games, and how the Mega Everdrive Pro does not support that. That's one thing I didn't talk about because I didn't think about it. But like I said, I really should have done a whole separate comparison video between the two. But yeah, the Mega Everdrive Pro doesn't support that. It's not a feature I've ever even used, so just slipped my mind on that. Then the other thing that I seen that's fairly recent that I didn't even realize that I've seen people pointing out is that the Mega Everdrive Pro with Sega CD, you have to have single bin and Q files for those games to run. Whereas on the Mega SD, you could have multiple bin files and it runs fine. Now, I think the reason I didn't really notice that was because the ROM pack that I was using was single bin and Q for the Mega Everdrive Pro, and on the, you know, I had the same pack. Like, all I did was copy the card that I have on the Mega SD. I copied it to another micro SD card that's identical, and I put it on the Mega Everdrive Pro. So I was using the same build between the two. And that just so happens that the Sega CD ROM pack, I did have to change, you know, a couple things, just pulling all the games out of the folders. But that was minor. Essentially, it's the same pack, like I was saying. But I didn't notice that because I didn't test that. I was just using what I had available to me at that time. And what I had available to me and was on my SD card was single bin and Q for the Sega CD. So that's one thing that I have heard that Krikzz has taken a look at to see if there's something he could do with that to be able to load, you know, multiple bin or, you know, games and folders, that kind of thing. So we'll have to wait and see on that. You know, if you guys still want to see a full-on comparison where I put them side by side and go for each detail, I'll go ahead and do a video like that. Let me know if that interests you. But there we go. Just wanted to make sure it was known that, yeah, I made a mistake, and hey, my bad. But yeah, I mean, I still stand by that either device you choose to get, if it's something that interests you, you're not going to be disappointed. Get them up and running and going and playing your games. That's what it's about for me. It's just playing video games. Like, you know, I try to stay out of the drama. If I fuck up, like, man, you know, I don't even know that this is necessarily a huge fuck up, but it was something that I could see as being, you know, misrepresenting one versus the other. And, you know, I don't intentionally try to do that. So that's why I just had to do this video to showcase that. Because, like I said, that was the biggest thing that people had mentioned to me, or at least the more anger that I was getting. Like I said, there's a few comments, you know, a couple of them were fine. Just like, hey, you know, what happened with this? Like, did you use two different consoles? No, I used the same console. I only have one Sega Genesis. But there you guys go. Let me know what you think. Do we need to do a full in-depth comparison between the two? I'll start working on it if that's what you want. But hey, thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Really do appreciate it. And with that said, I will catch y'all next time. Peace out. Bye-bye. And boom. Bye.